Hello and welcome to Homeschool Moms Unfiltered. We are your messy, imperfect homeschool mom friends. I'm your host, Amanda, and my awesome co-host is...
Hello, I'm Megan.
So we are here. We made it, right? It's mid-December. How you holding up? Hope you're holding up okay. We're still here. That's the important part to keep in mind and to remember. We are still here, and that has to count for something. I'm not sure what, but it counts for something. So we have another shorter unfiltered bite for you this week, and hopefully it'll drop at just that right moment to alleviate a bit of stress. But before we dive in, just a quick reminder that we host a Patreon. It not only supports the podcast, but it also gives you an awesome monthly unit study. It's themed to something unique to each month, and it's different each month. It's wonderfully woke and inclusive. So if you're the person who heard that and didn't go, oh, you're our people. And yeah, if you join at the $12 VIP level, you can join us for 2 live virtual events each month. We do a Q&A, which is like all things parenting and homeschooling. You can come ask questions. You can run ideas by us. We brainstorm with you. Just a great opportunity to talk those things that you're like, oh, I need someone who knows about secular curriculum or who knows what it's like to actually unschool, but like really unschool, not like forehead tattoo unschool. That's the great place for it. And then we also have a happy hour, mom's night out kind of thing, where we try not to talk about the kids too much and actually, just have adult conversation with adults and build that community that we're all kind of looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely stick around to the very end of the episode. We have a discount code that we'll be sharing with folks. But let's go ahead and get into this episode.
Yeah, I love it. So today we'll be talking about last minute gift ideas. When you've reached the point where Amazon can no longer guarantee on time delivery for your holiday or celebration, these are the things that come in handy. I know for me, I don't tend to be a very last minute person, but in my world, sometimes what'll happen is I realize close to the end or the last minute before a holiday that I'm off balance with my kids, and it changes from kid to kid. Like one year it'll be like, oh, I have like way too much for this one kid. Like, how did that happen? And usually it's just because I'm out and I see something and I grab it. And then I'm like, oh, shoot, now I have way too much. I need to balance it out for like another kid or something. So sometimes you need just like a last minute filler, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about are magazine subscriptions. So a couple that have been popular in my house throughout the years, especially when my kids were younger, which I know we have a lot of people listening who have younger kids, Ranger Rick and Nat Geo kids. Like if you have a kid who loves wildcrafts and nature and all that kind of stuff, both of those tie really nicely into those interests. And it's just freaking fun to get mail, right? I mean, who as a kid didn't love when something in the mailbox had your name on it and actually came for you? It was super exciting. So it promotes literacy, it's fun, all that good stuff. So those were 2 popular ones in my house when my kids were younger, especially.
Yeah, absolutely. So in our house, the Week Junior is very popular. We started getting that when my kiddo was around 8. He still very much likes it. He harasses me on Mondays if I haven't gone to get the mail because he wants that magazine, right? And another one that is popular, we actually initially got it for my teenage nephew, and then my husband was like, "Oh, I might enjoy that." And then once my husband started getting it, my kiddo started reading it, and that was Popular Mechanics. So it was a wide age range there that was really popular with.
Yeah, that is a fun one. I like that. The other things are hobby specific things. I mean, if you have a kid who loves quilting or sewing, if you have a kid who loves baking, culinary arts, all that kind of stuff, there are so many magazines out there. My daughter subscribes to, I think, 4, 5, 6 different fiber arts magazines that are about weaving and spinning yarn and all kinds of stuff. So there are some really great ones out there that are niche interest based, right? We've had recent episodes about photography and all kinds of stuff and STEM, and there are totally magazines out there that support those interests and also make a good pairing sometimes. Like if you're giving your kiddo a camera, maybe they're getting a magazine with nature photography or something like that in it. There's all kinds of stuff that you can subscribe to.
Yeah, that's true. It's really easy to create kind of a fun little gift basket or a gift set with a magazine subscription and something that they actually is hands on. So it kind of lasts the whole year, right? I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next thing, magazine subscriptions are great. Sometimes you just need to go the gift card route, right? Sometimes gift cards are where it's at. I ask for a lot of gift cards personally, but
Yeah, gift cards are amazing. I mean, a personal favorite of ours is OutSchool. We spend a fairly substantial amount of money on OutSchool classes between core classes and social classes and things like that. So if anybody wants to help defray my parenting costs and give my kids a boost, or maybe give my kids a class that wouldn't fit into our budget otherwise, and I've had to say no to, or I've had to cut back on, but they can add it back in if it's a gift from grandma or grandpa or something like that, which is never a bad thing. If you search OutSchool gift card, it'll come right up, and you can purchase a gift card and send it off to somebody as well, which is always pretty awesome. So if you're a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle this episode has been forwarded to you for ideas because you've been asking, what should I get your kids for Christmas or for Hanukkah or for their birthday or whatever it is, right? OutSchool gift cards are always a win. There's over 140,000 classes on OutSchool. So there will be something for the kid in your life that's over there. And then the other one is local ice cream shop. This has always been a favorite for my kids. I mean, I have older teenagers. At this point, they've all got some sort of stream of income, big or small, and yet they still love getting a gift card to the local ice cream shop. It's like getting a tax return, right? It's like you feel like you've just, hit lotto or something, right? Because a lot of times if we're out and about and we're running errands or whatever, and they'll be like, or we've eaten dinner out, well, now can we get ice cream? And I'm like, well, I just spent money on dinner, right? Everything's so expensive. So if they have an ice cream gift card, it's like, bonus, we can go get our own dessert and kind of do our own thing. So they always like getting those as well.
Yeah, no, that's super fun. Another one that is really fun and popular right now is a local arcade. These are popping up everywhere. It's a super trendy thing. And I would guess that if you do a Google search, you will find one somewhere fairly close by. I was shocked even when we went to visit my parents in college town in the Midwest. They had a few really fun options, and you can do a gift card, or you can do like buy the wristband ahead of time and gift that, but super fun, right? And an all ages thing. It can be a lot of fun. I know in my family, like the uncles and grandpa and the grandsons, the kids, like they all like to go together and go play. So it can be a great like family bonding thing as well. And then, the last one for me is sometimes we don't really want to give just good old cash money, but everyone likes cash. Everyone likes actual money. And if you want to make it more fun, you can totally buy some kind of a little box or tin and take the money and fold it into fun shapes.
Mm-hmm.
You can make airplanes, you can make all kinds of little origami things and put it in that tin. It's a fun. I don't know anyone who would say no thank you to that.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of videos for how to do money origami on YouTube, because when my kids went to summer camp years ago, I don't know if this is typical or not, but the summer camp that my kids went to at the end of the season, they would send home a tipping guide. Have you ever had that in any programs that your kiddo has gone to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if it was just like
Yes.
a South Florida synagogue kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a tipping guide here. And so it was like counselors, junior counselors, like all this, and it was like different amounts. And so I used to do the origami money, and I would go get like a little potted plant and I would turn the money into flowers. So I'd put them in with the real flowers, and it felt a little bit more comfortable than just being like, here's a wad of cash, which can sometimes feel awkward. So there's ways to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging. Yeah, I love all those
absolutely.
ideas.
And actually I started doing the cash money origami thing for teachers because at the holidays, there was this expectation that you would give the teachers some kind of a gift, whether it's, a drop off program, or maybe you have one kid who's in a regular school or whatever. I'm like, I don't know any teacher who needs another mug or another thing of hand lotion, right? Like they don't want this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did this our first year where I went and I got the cookie tins, like you would normally put like your home baked goods in. And then we filled it. He was super into airplanes at the time. He still is. And we filled it with little paper airplane currency. And the teachers, like, It was so funny, right? Because they get it, they're like, oh, great, home baked something. And then they open it up and they see that it's actually money. And they were so happy that it was actually money and not more treats that they had to, nibble and say, oh, this is wonderful, and then throw it away when they got home, right? So everyone loves money. It's good for all the gift giving, especially when you do something fun with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. It just kind of transforms that concept into something a little bit more unique, and it's memorable too. And it shows that you put time in and that you cared and all that. So it's kind of fun. And it's origami. Who doesn't love it, right? Put on some relaxing
Yeah.
music and pour a glass of wine and fold up some money and create some gifts. It's super fun. There's actually, I don't know if I've told you this, Amanda, but there's a thing. So my husband's from Venezuela, and the currency there is so completely worthless at this point that artists have started creating these massive sculptures with the paper currency, and their bills are different colors. So in the US, all of our money is the same color, and the only thing that changes is like the face and the number, really. But their bills change. It's more like euros, where it's different colors. And so artists create, I mean, I've seen these incredible sculptures. They're like dragons and stuff like this, and they'll sell the sculpture for $100, but the currency that's in it is only worth like $5. So the sculpture itself is made out of is worth more than the currency that's inside of it, which is a really sad state to the testament of Venezuela. But if you're looking for a rabbit hole to go down, Google the sculptures. They're freaking ridiculous. It's amazing what these people are coming up with. So anyway, that just about wraps up this Unfiltered Bite for the week. But Amanda mentioned earlier in the episode that our Patreon memberships are on sale right now through January 4th. So we have a coupon code for you for 50% off your first month. You can use code BITE50, BITE 50 at checkout. That'll take off 50% off your first month's membership fee. And there's a link in the description on how to find our Patreon, and we'll link all of the amazing benefits you get, everything from live meetings to unit studies. We'll put all of that information in the description for this episode. But that's about it for us today. We would love to invite you to join our Facebook group, Homeschool Moms Unfiltered, and share any last minute gift suggestions that you have as well that are a hit in your household. If you're scrambling, other people are scrambling too. You are not alone. So we hope to see you there. And in the meantime, happy homeschooling.
Yeah, have a great one.